What's up, y'all? I just wanted to do a video real fast because when uh when the motivation strikes, you kind of wanna hit it when it's striking. So, taking this walk to really talk about a specific topic that really, kind of became something that became like a mantra for me. Like a part of his Mamba mentality, but that mentality that he had when he spoke on. I'm talking about Kobe to be specific. When he said that he went out every game playing, even if he was hurt, just because he knew that it would be someone in the stands watching him that might not have never got to watch him before. And when you think about that, that's not even as uncommon as it sounds. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost every game. There's probably like maybe it could be like, I'm gonna be generous and say at least 500 people that have never watched a specific player on that game or on the other team or on their team play. You know, some cases their own team. You know, but in the big picture, someone on the other team's fans or his fan. But whatever. My thing is to take that mentality into life. You know, there's a lot of people that, you know, they struggling, they're going through hard times, they suffering mentally, emotionally, mental health wise, um, and it's just a tough time for them to get slightly motivated or to keep the motivation going for a long period of time to where it's helping them build on something. Because you know, a lot of times it's like your depression or your emotional depression or whatever you're going through, an anxiety attack, whatever it is, can be like that wave when you're by the ocean and you're building the sandcastle or whatever. And every time you get that sandcastle to a certain part, that wave comes and wipes it out. So it almost becomes to a point where you have to build somewhere farther away from the water for your sandcastle to kind of get to a certain level or even complete. You know what I mean? So that same mentality I was thinking about in a situation where, you know, it's other people watching you get up and go about your day. And how you go about your day is either going to stick out to somebody or get lost in the shuffle of cars that, you know, the amount of people they see on a regular basis. And my thing is, I want to stick out like a sore thumb. Not a sore thumb, but like a good thumb. Something that kind of like, if that expression about it being a sore thumb was something that like made you feel really good all the time, or gave you something to really say that there's something different in the world that I don't see. You know what I mean? Like, I see a lot of negative, but this person over here is projecting so much positivity that it's something I don't see all the time. You know what I mean? And I want to have that level of being able to take it to wherever I want to be able to take it to. Like, and a lot of people always speak on, if I had money, I could, if I had did this and that. But you always hear that, it's another expression that always gets spoken about. Teaching a person to fish. Sometimes it's not even about teaching a person to fish, but giving them the will to fight so that they can fish, so that they're willing to fish, so that they never stop fishing, and that they can keep fishing even when it's hard or it's raining or you know the different things happen. That's the thing. That's the thing. And all of us having an unlimited amount of wealth when it comes to giving that to someone else. We have unlimited amounts of wealth when it comes to giving that. So all them people like, oh, if I'd had $1,000,000, I would have blessed this person, that person. Listen, you can bless somebody right now bigger, bigger than if you did it. You know what I mean? Because the thing about that, say you do get $1,000,000, you give it to somebody. What's their motivation? The fact that you gave that to them, sometimes that doesn't last a long period of time. But if you give somebody the mental fortitude or the desire inside of themselves, or to see something inside themselves that can push them for the length of their lifetime, now we're talking about wealth that can't even be measured. That's wealth that can't be measured. You know what I mean? Because now that inspires that entire family, because they see something inside of their mom or dad, because they got that renewed faith or hope or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So they can go about things in a different way than they ever thought they could. Then teaching their kids, because sometimes being able to see something is more valuable than being able to receive something that you've never seen before. So like, it's why a lot of times a lot of relationships can't really propel past the first hiccup or second hiccup, because they have never seen an example of a successful relationship around them. And the thing about being a successful relationship is not about it just being, two people that just do one thing or the other. A successful relationship is about being able to go through those tough times and go through those dark periods in your relationship and find out new things about how you doing. Find out new things about the other person that makes the relationship go farther. A successful relationship isn't about just having great times all the time and no bad times. Successful relationship is about being able to go through the darkest times and still be up there. People are not looking up to relationships. Oh, they ain't never had no dark times. That's how they, like, you would hear somebody saying, well, that's why they can do it. But to be honest with you, the most successful relationships have had those situations already. And if you're talking about long periods of time, they got plenty of stories to tell you why if you were them, you probably wouldn't have made it. You know what I mean? Keep it 100 with you. They go through things that you just got to stick it through. And they did that. And that's why people look up to their relationship. Because they see something themselves that's bigger than the mistake that you watching on TV or you discussing inside your household, that you can't really see all the inner workings of the two people the two people in the bond that they got between each other. You feel me? It's deep. But to go back to that part where I'm speaking on somebody seeing you for that first time. Every day we see a person that we've never seen before. And that moment is like, my thing is, let's say for instance, about to go off the subject a little bit, but let's say for instance, you go to, let's say for instance, all our dreams are alternate universes, and the version or a part of the journey or whatever happens in that dream is just an alternate universe somewhere out there that actually happened. And that's why you're so comfortable in it, because you're peeking into a universe that already exists. You've already been navigating in that same environment, so none of this looks like a shock. You always wake up saying, oh, that ain't how it really is right now, so why am I so confident, or why am I so different in that because that's the version you could be. That's the version of you that exists inside of you, that's all you got to do is change the way you think, and all of that stuff happens around you. That's the mentality I have. I really believe that I changed my alternate universe by the way I navigate in it. And this alternate universe that I am, the one I am, the person I am in it now, is the one that is all the other ones are looking at like, wow, how come I'm not like that? That's what I want to be like. Forget what I say in my dream. I want to be living the version of myself, the person I am, because all the other things around it can be controlled. That's why I always believe that the dream is just really the things that's surrounding you. You are who you are. So you can ask for $1 million, you can ask for a mansion, you can ask for everything you want, but the version of you inside of all of that, what is it? What does it stand for? What does it believe? What kind of person is it? What motivates it to get up in the morning? How does it treat the things that it has that you look at as blessings? It already has. It already exists in that or around that person. You know what I'm saying? Things are deeper than just what you want. The person you are has to become bigger than all of those things combined. Literally. It has to be bigger than all of those things combined. It cannot just be you being able to accumulate a lot of things, because you have rich people all over the world. And there's things different about each one of those rich people. Not all of them are the same. They're all people that you can look at and say, oh, this person does this and that has this and this, and then he likes this, he likes that. The version of you inside of that is what matters the most. So if you're not a generous, loving, caring, uh, person with money, what difference does it make whether you ever have it or if you don't? You know what I mean? Because accumulating the things is all monetary and it's for the moment. All of those Egyptians that got buried, mummified, and tried to find ways to be into the afterlife, all of that was to be with all of the things, or to keep the level of a level of wherever they were in that life. But at the end of the day, if you come back as a beetle or you come back as another person, you still have to be that person that you were, regardless. And whatever that person you were or are or will be has to be the best version of it that you can possibly be. And the guidance to find out how to be that best version of yourself comes with experience. It comes with everything that you do every day. It comes with that human tendency to analyze and to feel guilt and to feel pride and to take joy in doing things that you do. So each day you notice things that don't feel right or do feel right when you do them. And for those people that find motivation, and I mean, sometimes you even have to go a little deeper than what you're doing. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Are you doing these things because you want to do them? Are you doing these things because these are things that make you feel good? And you got to understand why they should make you feel good. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. So everybody's reason for why may be different. But so, like, for instance, a person that saw their mother getting beat up, or even a man that gets beat up in a relationship, people don't talk about these things. Imagine a little boy having to watch his father try to respect his mom, and she's beating on him. And he's trying to teach his son how to respect a woman, but she's hitting and calling him out his name. Those things happen too. People look at one side of the situation and assume that abuse is only their idea. And that's why these alternate universes exist. Because abuse exists in a lot of different things. Whether it's animals, whether it's a verbal, whether it's physical, there's versions that go beyond it. And even systemic abuse or racial abuse. You know what I mean? The systemic abuse is how you systemize things around individuals to keep them from being normal or living a somewhat normal life, because none of this is really normal. But to be honest, there's levels to this stuff, and we are all being taught on a regular basis what it looks like. And if we keep turning a blind eye to it, then it just shows the growth that we're going to take as a people, because nothing grows taking a blind eye or neglect. Nothing grows in those situations. And therefore, a lot of what happens in this world will continue because people want to take a blind eye, diligently cover it over, and hide it. So sometimes you got to take a hard look at yourself, even if you don't like it, because the fact that you don't like it is the best part about the fact that you don't, that you did it. You know what I mean? Because the worst part is not seeing nothing wrong with it or loving the fact that you did it. Those are more dangerous situations. So don't be ashamed because you come to a situation or you've done something that makes you feel sick to your stomach and you don't like the fact that you did it. That's a great feeling to have. Don't beat yourself up about that. The best part about it is being an advocate now for it, because now you got other people that may not look at it the way you do, and now you can teach those people who enjoyed it or didn't like it or found it normal. So the thing is, everything about life is about the experience. Life and experience should go hand in hand, because without a life you can't experience. Without experience, there's no such thing as life. So just taking it all one day at a time, enjoying it for the good and the bad. That's how you grow in the best ways.